See, they don't know.
And there's no like...
No, you know why?
The time reel. Like
no,
it shows the count.
Because it's slow motion. It's for my gimbal.
Oh.
You're
It's
what?
an app for my gimbal. My Handycam. I have a steady Handycam.
I thought you said your Handycam. I was like, I need one of them.
My Steadicam.
I think.
You know how they have
Steadicam.
Steadicams? It's a Steadicam for iPhone.
Oh.
It's awesome.
A steady.
We should get paid with slow motion. You should like give us some money and funding for making films. Okay. That's all. Here's the pitch. But yeah, no, it's fantastic. I hardly ever use it. I'm gonna have to find time to make movies. But it's great. So if you're running or whatever, it keeps it level. Very cool. Very cool. So how did we all get here? This is wild.
So
within 2 days, all of us were like going through the same shit, right? Mm-hmm. Who wants to start?
Well, answer this one question.
Okay.
How did we meet? I don't think
you reached out to me when I first started acting, and you said I'm just building up my portfolio for photography. You want to come over? I'll do some shots for you because I was brand new.
Okay.
And you said I'll do some shots for you. Come to my place, and I thought okay. Like,
was it on Facebook?
Probably because I had met you before.
So was it through Danny MacGyver? Do you know Danny? I'm thinking how.
Why is that familiar?
He does.
Oh.
Because I used to way back be in a film group.
Why is that familiar? He's my cinematographer and editor. Damn, that's insane. Okay, I have dementia. That's what's happening. I have dementia. Who's Danny MacGyver? Oh my god.
It's okay. You're tired. You're tired. That's all.
No, that's scary.
No. It's
You know what it
when you're
is?
tired.
I was picturing a girl, Danny, D-A-N-I, and MacGyver, like M-C-G, what, like MacGyver.
Yeah.
Like when
You have a complicated head.
I have dementia, apparently.
No, you
No,
don't. You don't.
Well, both of my parents do. It's inevitable.
That doesn't mean you will. It's their
But when
diet.
it happens, I'm tying a brick to my foot and like
No,
Look what you're eating now. Look what you're eating now.
I don't, because my mom has dementia now. My dad's already passed, but I think for her, a lot of it is environmental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's always
I
been a
actually
person
agree.
that has, like once we moved to Brampton, her world just got even smaller. She doesn't drive. She to go anywhere outside of Brampton, it was like, well, she would take the bus, but not very often, or we were driving her, and then she doesn't have a big social circle, so it just kept getting
closing
smaller,
in, right?
and her personality is like, I'm fine,
They go
I'm
into
good.
depression.
I don't need to go anywhere, so she would just be in the house by herself. My mom.
Oh.
Too much time on
And
your
then
hands.
so environmental, I think, is just makes it worse. But then the people that are like active
sure. Mm-hmm.
and doing
If
things,
your mind is
Yes, to keep your mind
Yes,
engaged.
I think
and
that, yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry. You're okay. Being tired is very hard on the brain. Very hard on the brain.
But that's crazy. Danny MacGyver is like, who is that? Oh my god. It's like the first cinematographers I worked with. We did the movie Hoover Dam. He did my film Marital AIDS. It's like, oh my god. Now I'm concerned about me more than I was before this dinner started. Holy shit.
You guys have to have some bark.
It's wine too. I think it's your fault.
It's the wine.
That's amazing.
Well, it's melting under the lights.
No, it's not. Those lights are LED.
Well, it's melting in something.
Because we're hot.
I'm gonna let a little bit.
Because we're hot.
Do I get in the fridge? Take a piece.
I'm
It's
too
amazing.
sexy for my shirt.
I'm too sick. These two started eating before me, so I'm still eating. Or I talk the most. Maybe that's it. I've been chewing.
And it's sort of
Good,
good
huh?
for you. Because it's pumpkin seeds.
And chocolate.
And
Dark chocolate?
Dark and milk
Dark
mixed.
Okay.
And sea salt.
And she's
Delicious.
Yeah, the sea salt gives it that little extra.
Just enjoy it. If you love it, just enjoy it.
It's the soul food group, right?
It's okay. I have 2 biopsies coming up. Let me just dive right into this. I just failed my pap smear. And, well, failed. It's not. They're not calling it cancer yet. But it's like, the cells are abnormal, and we want to go to shrink. We want to go to see, I'm tired. A gynecologist, right? As soon as we can get you in. But also, I have like a polyp in my uterus that they've been watching for a year and a half, and they thought, well, just watch it. Another one, it's like, yeah, you need to go for biopsy. So I thought, oh fuck, double whammy. on the like girly parts. It's like, okay,
What is
I don't
that?
need a uterus anymore. I'm not gonna have a baby. Take that shit out, right? Not really.
But is this definitive? It's definitive?
No, I have to go to a gynecologist and talk to them
That's
about what
scary.
they want to do or what we're gonna do, or
And how do you
because
feel
I
about it?
think to get rid of my uterus or
Yeah.
like, get rid of it. Like,
Yeah.
do I need a biopsy or just take the fucking shit out?
Just tell.
Just take it
Apparently,
out. Why should
now,
what are you
my
gonna
friend
wait and
Lucy told me that not to do the biopsy.
Okay,
Not
why?
to do because
And who's Lucy?
you know Lucy.
Okay.
She's
So
at
why
all
did
my
she
parties.
say that?
Because a lot of her friends have had biopsies,
And then?
and they did the research. And when you have a biopsy, it spreads it.
That's what I've heard too.
That's what you.
That's what they say about surgery too. When it like as soon as air hits it or anything, it's like boom.
Also, the
So
fact
just
that they
take it
can't
out.
Get everything
Just
out.
take it out.
anyway,
Right.
because
So
it's
just take it out.
Small, like
Right.
it's microscopic. It's not like they can say.
Yeah.
So
I'm
just
going
get rid of
in.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Yeah.
So what's happening with you, Artie?
So, I found a lump in
your breast?
November in my right breast.
Ah.
I didn't really. I was like monitoring it because I was like, is it there? Is it not? Comparing, right
But
to
you
left.
felt it. Was it hard and small or like
It
what?
was like quarter-ish shaped,
Okay.
sized, and I felt it, and then it sort of was sore, and I'm like, I kept feeling it, so I'm like, okay, I think there's really something
There's
there.
something there.
I don't feel the same thing in the left breast.
Yeah.
So a friend had said at the time, you should get the check done. I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I should. Oops. I finally saw my doctor like mid-January.
Mhm.
She checked and she's like, yeah, I concur. There's definitely something there. So she said to me, we can either send you to like a community mammography and ultrasound place or Princess Margaret.
Mhm.
She said she was suggesting the community only because they might be slightly faster. I opted for Princess Margaret, which is great.
More thorough.
More thorough. And so I went, I had my mammogram and ultrasound on February 6th. They saw something they confirmed on the mammogram when they went to do the ultrasound. They confirmed. At that time, they said, we want to do a biopsy. In my mind was that whole thing about
Just get rid of
this
it.
biopsy spread. But at the same time, I was like,
They're the doctors.
they're
They know what they're doing.
I want to know.
Mhm.
So I'm like, and I haven't done like really thorough research, but again, I've already heard that, right? Because you're piercing some, like it's,
Yeah.
it's all, So I was like, no, okay, I'll do the biopsy. So they did the biopsy, got the results back the following week, February 14th.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh.
It was funny because I took that day off from work, and when I came back, my manager's like, oh, you probably took it off for like a Valentine's celebration. In my mind, I'm thinking, no, I got my results from the biopsy.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And so February 14th, I sat down with, there's like the nurse practitioner, Charmy, there's the nurse coordinator, I can't remember her name right at the moment, and then the oncologist, and they confirmed it was invasive carcinoma in the right breast, initially appearing to be 2.5 centimeters. My sister was with me.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, he
That's
did
big.
say to me, because he also palpitated, and he said, "Oh, I'm shocked that you found it yourself."
Oh,
actually."
really?
Yeah. I'm like, it felt pretty,
2.5 centimeters
but he
is
said
big.
like my breast tissue was very like lumpy. I don't know, like it would be hard to
Dense,
detect.
dense.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, he was surprised I found it. So then from there, then I had to do a breast MRI, which was initially the worst thing ever in the world because apparently I'm claustrophobic. So the first machine they put me in,
shit.
it was literally like touching my
tube, right?
Yeah, and I was in it. And I was like,
Oh,
I can't do
close-
this.
Are
I
you
can't
allowed
do
to
this.
just close your eyes though?
Yeah. Oh, you. But because I was feeling the tube, and I was just freaking out. My sister was there. I was like, I can't do this. Blah blah. So eventually they had a bigger machine. I think they don't use that one as regular because maybe it was harder to set up. But they put me in the bigger machine. I couldn't feel anything touching me.
So that's crazy. You could feel everything around
Yeah,
you.
I could
That's-
and that was
would
what
be
made me
awful.
feel like, I'm like, I can't go
Claustrophobic, yeah.
spelunking. 'Cause,
Yeah,
you
like,
know.
pull me out of here, please. Yeah.
So I did eventually get the MRI done that night. Again, if you ever have to do a breast MRI where you're put in, get really good earplugs because that night was like noise torture, like a half hour of noise.
It's a noisy machine to be in.
It is so loud. It's like
Then
a
they-
jackhammer.
Then why don't they supply
right behind-
earplugs?
They gave you like a thingy to put over your ears,
but it's
not effective.
So they should do like headphones, like sound reducing headphones or something.
Yes,
with spa music in them.
To relax you, and lavender oil.
Yeah,
like right.
Yes,
body food.
So it was not a good experience that first night. I was literally like, and you're not supposed to move, right? Because every movement it would see. So I was just like for half an hour, and it would start and stop. So it'd be one sound, and you're like, oh my gosh,
that's
stop.
horrific.
And then
is
stop.
that not a simple fix? Put in some earphones.
So what ended up happening? I did that MRI, got the results back. I think it confirmed the size is actually bigger at 6.5 centimeters.
What? 6.5?
Yeah. So
like
it's bigger. And then they sent me but they also then saw, something in the left breast they wanted to check. And sent me for another breast. No, wait. Did I do the...
These are amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very good. Did they send me... I can't remember now the order. They sent me back. I did this breast. And they did the MRI guided biopsy. So they double checked and they said, okay, this is fine. There's nothing happening there. That time though, I brought my own earplugs, so I actually sleep with earplugs at home. And I put them in. I got not Ativan. Because Ativan didn't work for me years ago. But I got another one. It's like a anxiety calming kind of medication.
Nice.
So I took one and I was just like, hey guys, let's go. Like I was like, good. Plus the earplugs. That one I did no problem. And so they confirmed that the left breast is good. Confirmed the size in the right. And then from there, then I had the last appointment with the oncologist. Gave me my options.
Which are? Yeah, so now you have to decide what you want to do?
So I have decided now. I have a surgery booked. So initially what he was saying, he said, mastectomy. And I'm just like...
Yes, there's nothing fucking wrong with it.
Yes, and then you get a big fucking tattoo.
Big tit, you get broad built-in tits. My agent, Carolyn, has gone through 3.
What?
3. She's had them removed 3 times breast cancer. She's a 3-time survivor. My neighbor across the street is a survivor. Like tons of women in the neighborhood. Really? It's kind of normal. It's so fucking weird that it's
common
so
than
normal.
we
People
realize.
don't talk about it. That's
it's like 1 in 8. It's 1 in 8 now.
That's why I thought I wanted to know
really
this.
common.
It's very common.
Yeah.
Carolyn, 3-time breast cancer survivor. Like that's crazy, right? She's awesome and fabulous. Like she's
how many years
fabulous.
has she like?
30 something. I know. Wow. Yeah, you can talk
there
to her about
go.
it. She's fantastic.
Oh my gosh. And chemo and the whole
everything.
Because I'm afraid of chemo. I have to do radiation, but I'm afraid of chemo.
So what's so mastectomy?
So that's what he was sort of saying initially, and then I was like, I can't do mastectomy.
Oh really?
Psychologically, I just can't wrap my head around it.
Right,
It's like the physical, it's the whole ego thing.
Yeah.
So and then I was like, I prefer to do a lumpectomy. So he's like, okay. He's like, truth be told, he's like, they don't know 100% until they go in. So they were saying that there's the lump. They think the nipple is involved, so they would also have to take the nipple with the lumpectomy.
That's okay.
Who did that? Was it? There's don't they do that in whole? Like if you have one and there's a possibility.
Some people, they just
get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then you don't ever have to worry about breast cancer. It's done.
It's just like
fuck the ego. Seriously.
I wish I could. I'm working. So I said, okay, I'll do the lumpectomy.
You gotta love yourself.
I know. But
you know what? Like I
that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you feel.
Yeah. And my other sister was there for that, and she's like, no, do the mastectomy. I'm like, what? Right now, I just can't.
But the thing is, if you do a lumpectomy, it could come back, and then
so
you'd have to do it again.
Prepared, yeah. So they said if they do after the final pathology, which would be like 2 to 3 weeks after the surgery, if they come back,
if you're under and they see it, they'll just take it off.
They'll have to go back and do a mastectomy at that time. So I have to do 2 surgeries. So I'm like, I'm willing to do the 2 surgeries in case it can be, if it's just for my ego, but.
That's
both my sisters like just get rid of it, but
very, very scared. I too. I'm like, just get rid of it. Like, I'm like, okay, take my uterus out. I've got a polyp that's growing. Take my uterus out. I don't need it.
Like I've had I had fibroids. I've had the myomectomy to get rid of that.
But it's just this because you would feel like you're not a woman or sexy.
You'll still be a woman.
You know what? No,
you can still be a mom.
There's actually more real love now.
I feel like. Because of my age, I haven't met anybody, and then I'm gonna have this on top of all of that.
No, you think he won't have something? Yeah, we all have something.
Yeah, you don't.
You meet somebody, he's gonna have something.
I know.
Nobody has nothing, right?
And if you meet somebody who actually doesn't give a shit about that, but loves you for who you are, then you really have something. Just because, because some guy wants to fuck your tits, and it's not, like, you know what? That's not the guy you need in your life. You need a guy who's going to really, really be there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard from the get-go for sure, but you know what? I think as we get older, people are more interested in real relationships that are real bonds, and that's just superficial shit that doesn't really matter. This is melting, so I'm eating it fast.
I know it's melting. I don't know why.
I'm gonna put it out.
Is it the heat?
No, they're LED. No.
Yeah, but why is it
It's
melting?
the body heat because we're hot. We're hot. Our hotness is projecting on us.
How was dinner? I cooked really great Indian
It was
food.
delicious. It was delicious.
Thank you, Mount Everest.
Yes.
More wine?
Good. I'm good.
We
thank
will
you.
hear your story now.
My story. I need a glass of water first.
Not wine? Without a bigger glass of wine? Okay, I'll get you one. Okay.
Thank you, Liz. That was great food.
Delicious, right?
So when do you go in?
April 29.
Oh. So you see, it's not. If it was very, very urgent, they'd have you in tomorrow.
Well, originally I was booked for April 10, and I was like, I need more time.
Why? Yeah.
I know.
Then you have more time. Oh, here.
I'm like,
Do you want some
I
water
need
as well,
more
or are you
time.
good with the tea?
I'm good for now. Thank
Okay,
you.
Get rid of this.
Yeah, I was like, mentally, I'm not prepared. Physically, I feel like very. Like I
But it
mean.
gives you more time to stress out, no? Are you glad you?
No,
are you
I'm glad
now?
because I haven't been sleeping. Well, so even prior to that, I haven't been sleeping well for a long time. For years. But September, I moved to a new apartment.
Oh, where are you?
I'm right at Rosemont and Avenue Road. There's two apartments.
Oh, I know where they are. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, nice.
But there's a hum in my apartment.
Oh no.
And it's a constant day, like it's just whether it's a
furnace or
mechanical noise or
something.
something. And I'm sensitive to noises apparently because I had something
So
like
there's
in my
like
old apartment, so it's just constant.
It's like Chinese water torture.
Like I can't. I'm the person like people are like white noise. I'm like no, I can't sleep with white noise. That keeps me awake. So I have a hum. So I had to resort to buying earplugs, and I sleep with earplugs every single night. So that's like something that's bothersome. Then my upstairs neighbor has a studio in his apartment, a music studio.
Oh,
Which was fine. When I first moved in, they mentioned the super was like, I think the guy upstairs he has a studio. After I moved in, and then I would hear singing every once in a while, and I was cool. I don't
If
mind
it's
singing.
daytime hours, but okay.
I don't mind singing. But then drums started.
At what time of day? Like even
Drums started. Was it last month? 2 months ago? And it was no. So drums started at one point. I think it was like 11 something, and I was sleeping, and then I woke up and like. I thought a fight was going on upstairs.
They
But it was
shouldn't
like,
be allowed.
and I
After
listened.
11, the bylaws, they are not allowed to
Drumming.
make that noise after 11.
Yeah.
The bylaws.
they
cannot.
can't.
Yeah.
They can't.
So I did complain. I complained. I think originally went down to his door, tried knocking. Thank you.
So like,
I left a note.
I'm
Hey,
good.
I'm your neighbor downstairs. Just
Could
you
you,
like
like,
it, right? He
stop
never
it?
responded. So then I complained to the management, sent them a letter, told them what was going on, and then they sent him a notice. So the drumming after like 9 is no
Stops.
longer
good. Well,
there.
that's good. But still, it's
Occasionally
happening.
it's
Well, you
and
have
I'm
to put up your
quiet.
own music then.
But then
So
I'd
you
be
don't
knowing
listen to
my
it.
side by side.
No, but no,
quiet,
not
right?
not like cranked, but
Yeah.
just your own to kind of tune out that. No.
No, the problem is it's a bachelor, and I don't like when I listen to stuff. It's very silent,
Quiet. Yeah.
right? Even if I put music on, it's still like
Then you have to have headphones.
my
on
normal thing is not that. Yeah.
Are you flipping in
So
headphones in your
Just going back to what you're going through right now. My husband had cancer several years ago, and he's still part of a Princess Margaret metaphysical
Like a- okay.
metaphysical group. Metaphysical healing group.
Okay. So that's
And
great. Like a
through
support.
the hospital.
It's a support
group
group
for people who've gone
PMH.
through.
Oh, they have a huge support system.
Okay.
Huge. And they're sending around this really, I don't even know the word, mind-blowing video, the group of them. And if you don't mind, I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah.
It's a woman that in China with a large bladder tumor.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a photo, like a camera here of her tumor, and then a camera beside it. So this is the existing tumor. So it's like a photograph of the tumor. And then beside it is the living, breathing tumor. And then these two healers are in the room. And they they have a sound that they make. It's a word in Chinese that I forget what it is.
Like, oh my God, I have goosebumps, like a mantra.
And you see that tumor it's got on my mother's grave. On my mother's grave.
You watch it shrink?
You watch it shrink. In 3.5 minutes.
You know what? They're
No way.
They're
in 3.5 minutes.
Healing energy works. I have goosebumps.
And this morning I went to a healer. Her name's Maria Viga, Taproot Body. And I was.
Do they tap? Does she tap?
She taps.
Cool.
Yeah, she taps. She taps you different
In the
areas.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is lie there. You don't have to do anything.
Energy healing
And
is
I
real.
feel I'm a
It's
different
real
person now.
Than
If
when
you had
you
seen
went
me
to-
last night,
Okay.
I was a mess. I couldn't stop crying. I was very, very nervous. I went to her because I was so nervous. In my life, I've had crises, right?
Mhm.
And everyone has different ways to deal with crisis. My way is just my way.
Yeah.
I go to everybody and I say, "Do you have the answer? Do you have the answer? I'll go to people at bus stop, everywhere, doctors, everyone I can. This is my problem. Do you have? And sooner or later you're going to find
An answer.
An answer. I find the answer.
Just watching that video
Yes,
is
and I'm gonna send it
already
to you, and I'll send it to you.
something positive.
It's something
I would
positive.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I put it up on Facebook because I thought this is the fastest way for me to get potential answers to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend, Suzanne Roberts-Smith, who's an actor here in Toronto, she sent me the name of this healer. And she said, she used the word fairy. She's my fairy godmother.
Wow.
Amazing.
And I feel like a different person this afternoon.
Oh, good.
Different, grounded, and
On top of things, it's like, you know what? It's okay.
I can
heal. It's gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I will be healed.
I
One
will
way
be.
or another, and whatever
Yeah.
steps it takes, I'm gonna be healed.
And that's the thing, right? You have to get to that point of true belief. I think that's the hard part sometimes.
But it's not. I think. Well, it is. But if you meditate and listen to other people giving you those messages, it does start to change your focus onto
change
being
your
more
focus
positive
and true healing, true deep cellular healing,
which is absolutely possible. So what's going on?
So I felt a lump in my right breast,
Okay.
and I've been sleeping. When I roll over onto my right, it felt odd.
Okay.
So I went for a mammogram. I went to my doctor first, and he sent me for a mammogram last week, and it came. They said that was last Monday, and they said the radiologist would look at it, and they would call me Thursday latest.
Mm-hmm.
So, Friday afternoon, I get a call from the clinic. The receptionist, she said, "Hi, this is blah blah blah. The radiologist found something in your left breast."
What?
In your
What?
left breast.
Was that a mistake or?
So,
It's like, do you have the right person?
yeah.
Right? Because you felt something.
On my right.
Okay.
She said they found something on your left breast.
Now, do you go regularly anyway for mammograms? Like,
Yes.
you're going, okay. So it's something
So
new.
the last one I had was
early.
January 2017.
Okay. Early. So it's early. Okay.
So, I mean, they haven't said it's anything. She just
Okay.
said the radiologist
Oh.
found something.
Right. It could
And
be
a
just
lot
a
of
fatty mass. It could be
apparently a
anything.
lot
Yeah.
of mammograms are that
I
happens,
have to
right?
do for one too. So.
Yeah. But I went to a healer today just to because
scary to get the
our
phone
body
call.
and she said, your doctor didn't call you, your family doctor didn't call you? No.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really scary because I was hearing it firsthand from her.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, mine too. The secretary called and was telling me about the results of my PAP. Right? She said, "Yeah, there's abnormal cells. Whatever they want, you'll probably have to go have a biopsy."
Your
or whatever."
receptionist?
That's what she said. And I said, "Well, What about the other test I just went for, which we were monitoring this growth in my uterus? And she said, oh, hold on. She looks at my charts. She goes, oh, the doctor hasn't called you yet?
Oh.
Are you fucking kidding?
What?
It's like, yeah, that has grown actually. You probably like need a biopsy on that too. So I thought, okay, first of all, when I was turning 50 and it's time to try a colonoscopy, right? Have you had one?
I had one, but only because I had a specific issue. That's the only time I went for it.
I've had one.
That
It's a
was like-
religious experience. No, it's good.
You know,
I had a really good,
but they
oddly
have
enough, I had a really good one. My sister actually does colonoscopies now.
Oh, wow.
She
And
does
she's like,
that?
she's a nurse, so she assists the
My
doctor.
sister-in-law does that. I've
Yeah.
wondered about
You two
people.
have like boob things on. It's crazy. You should have met her a lot earlier. Crazy. But what the hell was I saying now? I need more.
About
words.
your colonoscopy.
So I was turning 50 and I had my physical, and she said, you know what, you can just bring a sample or whatever and we'll send it off. I thought, you know what, no, I've never had one. I know people say they have to drink chalky shit and whatever. I said, but I'd like a real one.
Yes.
And you know, they found 3 polyps. One was nothing. They removed 3 polyps. One was nothing, 2 were a problem.
Really?
And it's like, you fucking, could I be like growing cancer up my ass? And I wouldn't have known because that might not have
So
shown
wait a minute,
it.
go back to
Like,
a
right?
problem.
Because
What
just
kind
doing
of
the
problem?
sample
May not have shown anything.
Yeah.
What kind of problem?
Yeah.
3 polyps, 2
I know.
cancerous polyps.
They were
and-
cancer or precancerous?
Problem. They were a problem. Is what all they said. They didn't call it cancer, but 2 were the beginning stages again abnormal, right? So if I'm growing abnormal polyps and shit, like
You wanna
just
know.
get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, but I'm not worried even. Give me some more white.
Are you really not?
I'm
worried?
really not, because it's like, you know what? Thanks to you and like Abraham, we're all gonna transition someday, and if it's meant to happen, that's it.
Really? Is that how you feel?
Yeah. I probably would have to get really drunk, and then there's a really good movie on that
Wait,
I
you
watch.
have to get really
Yeah.
drunk for what? To what?
to have a big party. Everybody do a shot of tequila and take the injection.
The injection for what?
To like die. I wouldn't want
Oh,
I don't want to slowly like rot.
Oh.
No,
No,
wait,
Liz, because when
100%.
you're dead, listen to me.
No.
Listen to me. Dead is dead.
Yeah, I know. And
There is always hope.
if it has like stage 4 and like
healing.
they're like
Yes.
There is
definitely.
miraculous healing. Don't take
Which
any
I think is
injection.
actually I know a lady
Yeah.
that did have a miraculous.
Yeah.
So why would you do that?
Yeah, you're right. When it gets not like right away, not like okay there, let's have a party and then you know. But I mean, if it gets to a point where you're really suffering and it's just like not good, you know.
Well, we don't have to go there.
No, we're not gonna. Here's to not going there. I'm not going
Here's
there.
to not
I'm not going there.
there.
But if it gets to some kind of point, then I have lived an amazing life, as far as I'm concerned. Like,
But I go from
I'm
being
good.
like for me, terror. I go from terror to being okay, and the terror looks like me trying to rise above it. I'm like I'm like falling into a hole. That's what terror looks like to me. I'm just it's overwhelming. This black hole underneath me. That, and I don't like that terror. I don't like it. So I don't
and that's
want
the
it.
terror of what? Of
The
passing?
terror
Of transitioning?
of transitioning, dying. I don't. I've got such
Do you
big
feel like you're gonna have
projects.
to climb over the hole?
I feel the terror of it. You know.
I feel like I'm gonna be free and floating around.
Do you?
Like, yeah.
I want to believe that.
Yeah, I feel like our energy carries on forever. Like, you think we're the first people to worry about stuff? Like, it's been like look at with like our centuries and centuries, like hundreds.
Yeah, but
and
we're not
hundreds
the first people to worry, but they're our worry.
I know.
It's our
we're
life
never
and
supposed to worry
our
about
worry.
our worries. That's
Yes, you know, and I love my life. I love
so do
my
I.
husband. I love my children. I've got these huge projects that are so exciting.
They're all happening.
You
There's
know?
lots of time. It's all gonna
It's
happen.
funny you say
It's just
that
the
because
beginning.
it's the opposite for me.
So
For me, it's like I don't have a husband, I don't have kids, I don't have purpose and direction in life, and I feel like part of the reason why I'm here is because I don't. And then I've been searching for that. If anybody that knows me from years, I've always been searching for purpose and direction. I've changed jobs 1,000,001 times because I'm like, I'm bored now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my life. So I feel like I have this. It's an opportunity to change, but I'm like, if I can't figure it out, then it's gonna be too late. I'm gonna die. Like, you know. So I'm like, because I don't have that. I don't have something driving me. I don't have the family. I don't have like this big passion to say this is what you need to do with your life. This is your next thing. So I'm like, so if I don't have that, well,
You have the fucking guy with the studio above you, driving you crazy, and then constant hum in the apartment. Like,
So,
I don't want it to be like this.
Yeah. I don't think cancer picks favorites. You can have you can be purposeful or be drifting. It doesn't pick favorite in my experience, because my husband had it, and he's Mr. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I peel my fucking organic apples, I ride my bike to work.
Yeah, right?
So
what, did prostate? Was it something?
No, with my husband, we were at a party in the country. We drove from Toronto to our friends in the country. And my friend Teresa was rubbing this sounds like a swingers party. It was not like that. It sounds when I say it out loud like, oh, it sounds right. She was rubbing his shoulders.
No, but what?
But it was, so she
like,
found,
what are the chances
yeah,
that she found something?
She found, and she said,
that.
she went like this, and she said to my husband, "Oh, what's going on with your neck? You've got like an almond thing in there." And my husband said, "Yeah, I know." And I said, "I didn't know."
What?
She said, "Donna, you need to get him to go see a doctor."
He felt it, but he just thought...
He was thinking...
It's here. Like,
what's
here?
We have lumps and bumps. Right?
Oh,
and he went to the doctor, and they put the camera down his throat. Nothing. But his voice kept going higher.
Really?
His voice kept going up.
Okay, so it's... okay.
And he had a very, very bad pain in his ear.
Oh, shit. I had one of those 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I woke up, I couldn't chew. I was in so much pain that I just thought, like, I could barely go. I thought, fuck, I couldn't even eat. Like, I was like, it was really, okay, what's going on?
So,
okay, somebody try to give me a massage right now.
so he...
Yeah, it was the weirdest
He went in, and I remember the day he went in to get this removed. This almond in his throat.
Just to get it
out.
Is that what they did, or did they do a biopsy?
Well, they went in to take it out to do a biopsy. They went down his throat.
So when but then they took it out instead.
Well, so I went to an audition.
I'm not sure about this biopsy thing.
They took him out. They took him out of the room. They put him under. I went to a quick audition. Came back, and when he woke up, I said to him, "I got really good news. They didn't cut you open. There's no bandage on your throat. There was 3 pen marks on his neck. Yeah, 3 pen marks. Yeah. So I said, they must have taken it out from the inside." And he's all groggy. And I said, "That's a good thing, right? Yay. Yay, you're going to go home today and we'll move on." So he went back to sleep, and a nurse came in the room and she pulled the curtain. And then 3 doctors came in, and
they hadn't done the surgery yet.
One of them held my husband's foot. And he said, "You've got cancer, buddy."
I just got goosebumps. Okay. So they did do a biopsy.
They couldn't.
They couldn't take it out. They couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to deal with this now. Oh my God! So what? Okay, so he had to have radiation, or like?
Oh yeah, they made him into a barbecue chicken. They fried.
Look at him. How long ago is this?
That was like 6 years ago.
See?
7 years ago.
See?
And he's healthier now.
Because
now he's a better person.
More careful of what he eats.
And he works out, and he's positive. He's more positive. When I look back, he didn't want to move to Toronto. We had a great life in Toronto. We had a great life in the country. No, we had a good life in the country. We have a great life now. We had a good life. But they say the biggest enemy of a great life is a good life. Right?
Interesting.
And he didn't want to come here. And he got sick a year after we got here.
Yeah, but you can't.
Who knows, though?
Yeah.
Who knows where this...
If you're not living...
If you're going to buy into Abraham Hicks, you've got to buy into the idea of the body-mind connection.
Yeah.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
He was miserable. The day before my husband got diagnosed with cancer, I went cycling with my friend Brigida, and we sat in the St. Lawrence Market, and I said to her, we came to the conclusion my husband was having an affair. Because he was acting so weird.
Yeah. You came to a conclusion. I would love to hear what that conversation sounded like.
Yeah, I was a wreck.
Like, no, Oh my god.
I was a wreck.
Well, how much were you more of a wreck when you found out really what was going on? Yes.
Oh,
Then it's like, could you just have an affair, please, and not
Yeah,
have
that would
cancer,
be
right?
horrible.
Like,
well, when the doctors told us it's the new flu, when they said to us, cancer's the new flu.
It is. It's everywhere. It's not like when we were little that you think, and they couldn't do anything about it. Now, I mean, the cancer hospitals and treatments are amazing, right?
Are
But
they?
at least, yeah, they are.
That's
They
where
are.
I'm up 2
They-
months.
I know, like 20
That's
people
where I'm
Yeah.
that
up
have had surgery and
Right.
they're fine years later. Like, yeah.
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 But
Breast
for
cancer?
everybody,
I don't know
and
anybody
what
that
are
breast
the
cancer
long
died.
term? Like I think for some people, but then you don't hear about the people that it isn't effective, or 2 years down, they're not. You know,
Yeah.
so that's my thing. Is like
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who has
Right.
passed away from breast cancer. I know like 20 people have had
And no one
had
has
it,
passed away.
Not one. And I think that was very different 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Like very different 30 years ago.
But here's the thing with me, why I've been freaking out, is there's a lump in my tummy too.
Okay, well, double whammy.
There's a lump in my tummy,
Yeah.
and so
So has that been?
it's like
Have they
no,
looked
I
at it
haven't
yet?
even looked at it.
That could be like a, what do you call it when you lift 2
yeah,
heavy
because I've been working out.
that
like a
what do you call it?
Hernia
Yeah.
could be.
That's if it's here, it's probably
Yeah.
a hernia.
Ah.
And if you go for a hernia operation, the good news is you can pay a little extra and get a tummy tuck. And then, I
sign me up, get me a fucking
my sister went for a hernia. I brought her, and they did a hernia. But I know a lot of people I was talking to in the waiting room, and what they do is pull the muscles across in a crisscross, and they give you a tummy tuck at the same time if you want one.
I could have almost had a tummy tuck doing the lump.
I want a hernia.
Because they would do reconstructive surgery. They're like, well, you can do reconstructive surgery. And
Yeah.
he's like, the good thing is they would take out a piece from down here and you would get a
A
tummy
piece
tuck.
of your own.
But I've already had surgery down there. So he's like, your blood vessels have already been cut.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't be able to. Okay.
So
Yeah,
have you
right?
had the lumpectomy?
Bionic woman.
End of month.
End of month.
The 28th or 29th? The 29th.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
So who's coming with you?
yeah.
Let me see my calendar.
Family, my sisters.
Yeah, you have some.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
My sisters will be there. They've been at my other. They're at my myomectomy. One sister's more practical. One sister's more like me and very like easygoing. She's a nurse, very calm. My
So
other
she
sister's
sees
like
it all.
hysterical,
She's like,
kind
yeah,
of
it's really
like.
fine.
I'm like, you gotta be relaxed. 'Cause
Yeah.
I want to go in. Like when I've gone into my other
Yeah.
surgeries,
Yeah.
I've been just chilling, relaxed. People are looking at us like, are you?
Yeah, it's gonna. Well,
You're going to surgery right now. You're happy,
and you don't know what.
But that makes a
happens.
big difference.
Sorry. What? But yeah, it's a second.
Yeah.
Like when I found out my second husband cheated on me, like right, like here we go again. The doctor just gave me his whole box of samples. He goes, here, take this. Honestly, and I took one every day. It's like, oh, life, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Fang, fuck you. And after a week, I was kind of fine because I dealt with, like, my friends were with me and we're drinking wine, whatever. And I'd have, like, if I started to think about it too much, it just takes the edge off. And then by then, you're not in shock over it anymore of whatever the news is.
Oh,
So it's kind of, it takes the, he
Long
fucked up his
water under
life
the bridge.
large, but I still love him. That's okay.
You do?
Sure. I love them all. You know what? I love them all. I love all my ex-husbands. No, but you know what? Actually, the first one I saw at Grape and Wine last year, I wouldn't have even recognized him walking down the street. So that's just life.
Better or worse?
Life moves forward.
No. Oh yeah.
He was looking for beer at the wine festival. I just thought, I know why we're divorced.
Oh.
This is a wine festival. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But
Yes, that's right. That's
no,
right.
no,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly all of this really makes me look at my life from. I don't know where the mind-body connection is, and nobody does. Excuse me, but I do look at the parts of my life that aren't working, and I tell myself when I'm over this hump, what changes I need to make, because it's a wake-up call, right?
Yeah.
Do you find it a wake-up call? Is it a
No,
wake-up
I
call?
bought the book Cancer as a wake-up call.
Oh, you're kidding!
Yeah,
There's a
I'm
book?
reading that. There is a book. Dr. Louise. No, I'm not gonna remember her name.
Oh,
but
Louise
Cancer.
Hay. Is it?
No. It's what's her name? It's on my website because I have a
That's
website.
wild.
You have a website. What is
Gotta
your
write down
website?
what's your
LivingMyLifeRadically.com.
LivingMyLifeRadically.com.
I like it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
But are you living your life radically?
I'm trying. I changed my diet as soon as I found out I went to a vegan diet, no sugar.
Oh.
Because so for me, sugar is a huge
factor
in my life, and to the point where I was eating it so much because I use it, emotional eating, stress.
Yeah.
When you sit there and you're thinking, you're gonna make yourself sick.
And you just keep going. And you just keep going. I need the best of this box of turtles.
I was saying that to myself.
You know what's good for you? Fresh pineapple.
I've heard,
and dark chocolate.
And red wine.
And red wine.
The grapes, the resveratrol. There's something in that's good for you. And fresh grapes, the skin.
But you know what is also good for you is the truth.
It's very good for you because you're not fighting yourself about anything.
And I fight myself with the truth with some things in my life. I'm fighting myself with the truth. Like that, going back to life being an apple pie, right? Mm-hmm. My marriage works. My relationship with my kids work. But I struggle. We have some money in the bank, some pennies in the bank. My creative life is great, but I don't make enough money to make me happy.
Artists in Canada do not make enough money.
Don't make enough money.
That's a big truth.
This whole thing about me not having my women tribe, this tribe, this small tribe of women.
So you can do this, just talk and get it out.
Yeah, but you can't do it with different people all the time. A tribe is a tribe is a tribe.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
This would be the new beginning of a tribe.
Oh, but you have one, Liz.
I don't. No, I don't.
You do.
No, I do not. I am the biggest loner you've ever met.
But yes, because
you don't even know.
You guys don't even know.
You don't even know. No,
I didn't
not really. We can do this once a week even. That's good. That's it. But I do not have a tribe. I do not. I get invited to, that's what I was saying, Kim's Christmas party is the one thing where it's wow, I got invited. It's okay. And I love seeing everybody, but I love working. And that's what my thing is. I don't want to listen to people talking about other people and gossip and small.
No.
I hate small talk. I'll go to a meetup and last an hour.
Yes.
Great to see you all. Bye. And I'll be home in bed by 9.
Yes. Yes.
But I don't have people that I hang around with all the time.
What?
At all.
But you guys both have sisters too. I don't have a sister.
But when was the last time I saw my sister? I saw her last week, and before that it was a month. No,
I don't always
talk to her every day or anything.
I don't talk to my sister every day, but she is
she's
my
awesome,
favorite
and she would be there
in the world.
I can imagine.
I can only imagine. But yeah.
But
she's the one person, if I was literally on my deathbed, if she was there, I would die laughing because we would just be this is the best way.
I don't just love the time with my husband. I cherish the time with my husband. My husband and
He's a great guy.
He is a great guy.
You're a great couple. Yeah,
thank you.
I love those pictures you sent me. I thought that was so fun when Dan and I arrived at Christmas. It's believe. They have this big sign, believe, and say, here, hold this. We're going to do a picture. Every person that walked in the door, it's hold the sign, believe. Right? Yeah, and then you sent it to me, and then Marsha Brady's picture you sent me.
I didn't send that to you.
You sent me a whole bunch of things. No. You sent me one, and it was connected to 5 things. And it was that belief picture. It was your son was the first one. Then your dog. No, it was your dogs. And I thought, okay. Then there was
I sent you the wrong thing.
No, you sent me the right things. I loved seeing it. That's why I posted Marsha Brady. It's here we are, a tip with Marsha Brady.
I didn't know I sent that to you.
It's Maureen McCormick. And everybody's oh, we love Marsha. Who didn't love the Brady bunch? Do you remember the Brady bunch?
We love the Brady bunch.
Marsha.
But it's different to have a great marriage, and I have 3 kids, and they're great kids, and I have a really great relationship, knock wood, with my 3 kids. But that's
beautiful brain.
But that's different than having a tribe of women. You know what I mean? It's hard to
explain. They'd be annoying and draining to have a tribe of women all the time there?
Well, but people are annoying and draining.
Well, that's why, and half of them are women, so that's why I don't have a tribe.
But that's why I want to be able to talk different things. Like just for an example, what we're talking about now.
So how often does a tribe have to get together?
Once every 2 weeks.
Okay, perfect. Then we could start a tribe.
Okay.
That's good. That's good and healthy.
Once every 2 weeks.
But I thought people that get together talk every day on the phone and check in.
Who has time?
I don't. That's why. I don't want to.
I don't want
don't care.
Yeah, because
if,
you have
if
nothing
you
to
need
talk-
anything, call
yeah.
me. But if you have nothing to say, I need to fucking talk to you. Like
But
every day.
that is what I am. That is a thing
Right?
in my life. Like children are missing from your life.
Yeah, yeah.
What is your big thing missing, Liz?
You know what? I really
Nothing.
feel like nothing.
Okay,
Wow.
so
Money! I would like more money. I haven't checked my lottery ticket yet. I'm fine. But
I
I'm
got
fine.
a check in the mail today, and it's such a good.
Isn't that a good feeling?
So just more
No,
abundance.
honestly,
More abundance.
when I found this out, and I like the doctor's office called, and I thought, okay, so I called a friend who had a gynecology thing. Nicole, you've met Nicole before? Yeah, you know Nicole McKinney. Yes, you do.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes, you do. But she had like a doctor she loved called Grace Lou or something from Sunnybrook, and she said just call, and she said I'll call for you and see, and then she calls me back and said they're booking for November, and I just then I started like what the fuck. November? I don't want to wait till November to find out what's happening.
No.
My doctor had already referred me, but I just thought maybe her friend could get me in faster.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we became friends. And then, so I called my doctor's office. I thought, what about this person? And Sunnybrook's like right here.
Yeah.
Do I have to go to women's college? Like, really?
Yeah.
And the receptionist said, well, the doctor, his name is Dr. Solnick or something. She said, he's like one of the best gynecologists on the planet.
Nice.
Like, so I thought, okay, so maybe it doesn't matter. It's worth the trip.
Yes.
Right? Like, that's okay.
Yes.
And then they called me and it was June 3rd. So it's before we go to Poland on our holiday. That's not too bad. I said, if anybody cancels, let me know because I'll get there whenever. Right? I can get there within half an hour if somebody cancels.
Nice.
Them. But I was like, then all of a sudden, like, I told Max about it. It's like, I failed my test. And it's like, so I started just sobbing. And then I started laughing. I thought, it's so good to cry because I'm always so fucking happy. And, he burst out laughing, but I actually am. Like, I'm not, I know you always say, are you really happy?
I don't always say that. I only sometimes say that.
Yeah, but I truly am. Like, if something was off, I would ask for help. I would say, like, oh, this is fucked, you know? Like, I went through a real depression a couple of years ago. My brother actually killed himself. I know, like, lots of shit going on in
that's
everybody's
why I get
life.
concerned for
But I was feeling it. Like, I was emitting, like, was emotive with that, right? Like, listening to him. And I felt like I would wake up, for a few months. It was brutal. Thinking, like, what's the fucking point? And I'm thinking, look around you. Oh, my God, you have a great life. You have, like, a beautiful son. You're healthy. I thought, yeah, but I'm just fucking tired. I just want to sleep for, like, ever. You know? Like, it's like, what difference? Who cares? But it's depression is a weird thing. And there's no rhyme or reason.
No.
And it's like, so I told my doctor, she said, well, have you thought of how? And I thought, no. She said, then you're okay. It's like, I'm really kind of not. I'm really kind of not.
Have you thought of how?
Yeah.
That's what she said?
If you're actually planning it, then there's a real cause for concern.
It's very much, yeah.
But there is a difference. So then, what was the next thing? So she said, like, do you want to go on antidepressants or something? I thought, no. And then then you told me about Abraham Hicks. I thought, okay, I'm gonna start listening to these meditations. They're so good. Have you?
I
you know what it is?
have.
I love her. So it's just like, okay. So every day I felt so much better.
Yeah.
And just doing that, and then it's like, and then I was doing hot yoga, and I thought, you know what?
Yeah.
Like, I pulled it together. Now I none of that. Like, I feel great. So
See,
I think it's hormonal because I was going through menopause.
Yeah.
And what a whack-a-mole like change in body chemistry.
Yeah.
I've had a huge change in my period where now I never had like PMS growing up. I didn't understand like PMS,
me neither.
I don't have pain.
Yeah.
As fit as active. And then the last couple of years, my period, like I realized I would get super emotional. I'd be like, and I'm like, oh, it's my period is coming. And I was like depressed. I was sad. I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible.
It's a chemical change that really we got to get control of. And it's true, you can do like different stuff, meditations or lavender oil or like just stuff.
Whatever works.
For me, exercise.
Your tapping, healing, anything, whatever works, and definitely exercise.
She does body talk. She goes
get your
like
mind
this.
off
She
of
goes like
things
this.
and read.
She goes like this on your arm. No, put your arm limp. She goes like this or something, and then she's got.
Just vibrations.
She's going like
or
this.
something.
It's like Latram therapy. Have you heard
No,
of
never
Latram?
heard about that. No.
Oh, if you haven't tried
I've
Latram,
never heard of it
they
either.
will heal whatever ails you. You've got to
What
try
is
these
it?
things. Latram.
Yeah. Like, what is it?
It's all. I'm not a
Is it
scientist.
like a
I'm
massage
not
thing? Like, is it
no,
like
it's not
energy
massaging.
healing?
They
What
hardly
is it?
touch you. No, they touch you, but just a tiny
So
bit.
like Reiki,
And then-
kind of, no?
But they're touching you. Reiki, you don't touch.
Yeah, they do.
Reiki,
is such, yeah.
I've never been touched with Reiki.
I want to do Reiki.
Yeah, Reiki is the touch.
But let's
Sherry
look
just
it
left
up.
took like Reiki.
Oh, okay.
So she can, and she said, I'll do a thing on you. I thought, okay.
Oh, okay.
But whatever. But you know what interests me is that after my husband got sick, what I think in my mind got him better was using Western medicine. Absolutely.
Yes. Not just
But
hoping for a miracle. You gotta do
also
both.
not just hoping.
Yeah.
So you need the hope. You need the Western medicine. And these alternative therapy. Our friends came, my friend Irene, God bless her, did acupuncture on my husband.
Yeah.
And, he got massage therapy. And he joined this Princess Margaret,
The group.
You're saying
group,
that,
And I joined Caring for the Caregiver. There's a program for people
That's
who are
so
caring
important
for...
too, because they're going through so much stress. Right?
Oh, it was pretty hellish.
Yeah, no
It
kidding.
was, and I shouldn't call her my best friend. My very close friend Holly from the country has liver cancer right now.
Oh.
And I was telling you about her,
Yeah.
right? She's, out of all the friends I have in Toronto, how many people did I say I'm scared, I'm going to, it's her who's coming tomorrow with me for my second mammogram. Like, and she's got liver cancer. It's like, fuck. How kind. She's such a kind heart, But I think the healing comes from all these different, to me, in my mind, is just, and I'm just one person and I don't know much, but to me, cancer is like this splinter in our soul. And if we can identify and remove the splinter, we heal.
You can heal again.
But where is the splinter? We go, what do
This
you mean?
is the search, the
Well,
inner
modern
search you have to
medicine,
do. Yeah.
there is a need for it too,
I
for sure.
agree.
But I remember this woman, I started to say Pani Padiak, Mrs. Periak, who, when I was a kid, like I was like a little Polish dancer with her daughters, this Polish woman in St. Catharines. She's this big, robust woman. And I remember going to visit her in the hospital because she had like stage 4 cancer with my mom. And she was like this skinny and gaunt.
Oh.
And then they brought in some doctor from Poland who was a natural healer, whatever, and brought like herbs from whatever.
Yes.
He brought herbs from Poland, whatever. Do you know, I just got goosebumps. Do you know after, I don't know how long, a month or something, she had no cancer in her body?
I know.
No, I feel like it's doing it
Yeah.
again. I don't even know if she's passed. Hi, Penny, if she did. She was an awesome woman. But then like 2 years later when I saw her, she was a big, robust woman again. I thought, what just happened? So really, we absolutely,
So that's
there
what
is
I'm
power
saying.
to heal
That's
ourselves
exactly.
and to be healed naturally.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
100%.
The body can do
100%.
if we
Like she was
tap
like a
into
skeleton.
that,
Like that's
what
scary.
we can do in our body if we allow that healing. Plus
But
eating
it's, but to
And the energy.
yes.
And
everything.
energy.
But to say,
holistically.
What
approach
is
See
it
that.
that film you
yes,
said
with the healing,
that's insane.
you see this tumor shrinking up over a 3-minute period. And these two men, and they're saying a word in Chinese, I don't know what it is, and they just keep saying it, and they're saying it, and it's very direct.
Well, what's the word? Like, we need the word. We need the word.
But I think you have to.
And where are these men?
They're just standing there. They weren't touching her.
That's crazy and awesome. But there is for sure. Well, that's like if you go to hot yoga, whatever you do, like it's like it's the vibrations or whatever, or a word is a healing word. And when Max went, like in grade 10, he went to Fiji for careers in civics, like for a credit, right? And he said they were in Fiji. I know. I didn't live that life either as a kid. Believe me. I know. It was for a credit, but I thought, I went to Ireland for a month and had a good time. So he went to Fiji for a month, but he said they met this man who was a doctor, and his wife had breast cancer. And he said, that's okay. Like, I'm going to show you. This plant heals it. And he was like, made tea or whatever. Do you know he got rid of, or he showed what got rid of her breast cancer?
Yeah.
So I hope this is helping you.
Yes, I mean this is also part of my current problem. So I posted on Facebook, I posted on Instagram.
Because you want to share and just say, I'm going through this.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
If you can offer any kind of support or
I'm
anything.
online. And I didn't think anything big of it. Because I first waited to tell my family first and all my close friends. I told them first before I told anybody. Then I said, I want to make a website. I'm creative-ish.
Yeah.
And I want to document it, and also for myself.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm going to share it online. I didn't realize it was going to be such a big deal. I've gotten so much feedback,
Support.
so much
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
Really, it's like, this is good for me. Like, this is great. Like, everybody's
People
telling
care.
me, sending,
Like,
right?
the support. Yeah.
And then a lot of people are like, saying, "Oh, you're so courageous for sharing this." I'm like, I don't feel courageous. I'm just sharing. But then someone said to me, they were like, it's because it gives people an opportunity to experience it firsthand and to learn about it and then to help. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, that's why they're like,
just be on the periphery of the problem and help and offer
yes,
support.
Okay.
Yeah.
And get that information for, and so I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
Well, you shared it too. I mean, you posted, it's like, like the doctor's results, whatever. I got my results and I'm scared shitless. Or what did you say?
I'm scared.
I'm scared. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is right. It's scary.
I am.
It is.
I haven't posted anything. I keep everything to myself until I explode or implode or something. Like I haven't shared anything.
My way is to go and ask you, and because if I hadn't put it on Facebook, my friend wouldn't have told me about Maria, who I saw today, and I wouldn't be sitting here calm like this.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a different person than I was last night.
Yeah. I'm still calm. I'm calm after Max's hug, and we started laughing, and I just thought, it's still early stages. I mean, they haven't told me if we could be like the shit could hit the fan if it go and something is horrible, right? Like, this is sorry, you're phase 4 or stage 4. There's nothing we can do. That'll be a little different than me knowing that I go yearly for a physical and they're just finding stuff that's starting. Mm-hmm. That's totally different. Yeah. So people, if you're listening to this, go for your checkups to the doctor. If you're around 50 or getting there, get a proper colonoscopy. Go for your mammograms, like regularly. I have one coming up. Like, get your stuff done, right?
And this is my first mammogram ever.
And how old are you?
Oh!
46.
46, her first mammogram ever.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, right? You got to give yourself love.
Yeah.
Right? And it's so important.
As a matter of fact, my mom had a lumpectomy 10 years ago. Hers was, though, the ductal in situ, so it's precancerous.
Okay.
And they took it out. I think she might have done radiation, and she's been fine.
But it's fine,
yeah.
My neighbor across the street, 5 kids. And she had, breast cancer and went through the whole thing and chemo and like everything. She's totally fine.
Yeah. And to be honest, everybody there's so many people, I'm making a list of everybody that said,
I've
had it.
And they're fine.
I know someone.
Yeah. Really?
Lots.
Yeah.
There's,
And a lot of advice that's coming through.
Yeah. Like
and
that
I'm trying to make sense of like, okay, I gotta
fine.
research this. I gotta look at this. I gotta try this.
Are you always this calm?
I would say so.
About it?
I think I'm the type of person that tends to keep stuff in. So when I heard about it, that first week, I had my breakdown.
When you first find out, it's a shock.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? That's like I need to cry now, or you
even
once you absorb
day,
like the message of what they're telling you, like something's wrong, we found something. It's like, okay, give me a minute.
Well, even in the room
right?
when I had that first day, I wasn't. I was very much. Yeah, but then they're telling me, and I'm like, okay, I'm just taking notes. I was literally taking notes because I have to write notes.
Yes.
So I wasn't even like, and actually when they called you in for the results, here's a warning: you're gonna be there for like 2 hours at least, and I didn't know that, and I was starving by the time I got because I came in. Then I first sat with the nurse practitioner. She went over stuff with me. Then
they should have snacks.
The other nurse came in. Coordinator came in.
They should have a
then the oncologist came in. Then 2 people came in that are wanting to find out if I wanted to sign up for a study that they're going to doing. They would take your blood or whatever when you do the surgery.
Did you want to?
No, I didn't. I opted out of that. That guy is persistent though. Every time I go back, it's like back again.
But it's for studying for new stuff, right?
Yeah. So. Yeah. But so I wasn't expecting that. I didn't realize. So we got there and I didn't eat lunch, and by the time we left I was starving. Yeah. I went home. I think I watched a video, like a teal swan video, and that really hit home to me.
What is that?
That teal swan, she's controversial in some ways.
Miss Swan.
She's got a big YouTube following, and she looks at, I guess, things in your life and healing in terms of that, different emotional issues and traumas.
Yes.
And she talked about...
No, I can't pour the last little drop in my... It's bad luck. It's bad luck to pour the last of the bottle in my... You got only a couple of drops there, but okay. Thanks, honey.
So teal swan, like 2 N's or 1 N?
1 N. And teal, T-E-A-L. And so the one video, I don't know if my sister sent it to me, but that one video talked about when you have disease, apart from the physical, looking at all the spiritual reasons why it occurred. And to me, I was like, this is my life because I'm unhappy. I was
Yes.
depressed and sad. I had to
Yes.
I've been mourning not having a child.
Yes.
And the grief of that, and then life and my job and hating my job and not being happy there and not having a partner. It's like
There's a lot of
there's a lot of disease.
Yeah,
Louise hit.
yeah,
There's
a lot of
disease. So it's
Now
like,
here's a question, and I'm just throwing it out there, and you can say, Donna, no bad idea. But what if you spoke to your doctor, just throwing this out there, and you said, after this is all done, how soon can I get pregnant? And you start making plans to bring life into the world.
I asked my ex if he would be my baby father.
Okay. And
what did he say?
He said yes this time.
Wow.
okay, so how about that? See, your whole face, did you see how
Yeah,
your
she
face
just
changed?
lit up.
You just lit
But he didn't
up.
say the
You just
When we
lit
were
up.
40, though, he didn't agree to it at that time. But
He
now
needs
he's
some
like changed
classes
his
now.
mind.
God
I
is
think
you.
he just wants to have sex though. So
So what, that's all you need?
That's all you need to have a
That's
baby.
all you...
I don't know if I can have a baby though. That's the funny thing because I've never gotten pregnant.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
always
Never mind.
either
You can try.
protected. Although when I did my
The future's
fibroids,
so great. Let me just
The future's so bright, we need sunglasses.
But when I did have my fibroids out, the gynecologist that did it, she was great, Melissa Ty. She said I don't see any well, this was in 2014, so that's like 5 years ago now. But at that time, she said, I don't see any reason why. There's nothing indicating that you wouldn't be able to have a child, except, but she's like, at that time, she's like, but you should have one, like, get pregnant now.
Yeah.
Because I was
Okay, so
already
you-
in
Sherry's
advance.
pregnant.
What about that idea? You will speak to
46.
your doctor tomorrow. See, your whole face. We need a mirror. Your face lights up. Doesn't it?
You know what? I know. See, like you
Why
can
don't you just
create any
make
life you
plans?
want.
Make plans to have that baby.
I think
Make
part of
plans.
it is I don't know how I'm going to support a kid. by
Doesn't
myself.
matter.
I
No,
have
that's
no
blah, blah, blah,
money,
blah, 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 blah.
nothing.
Blah,
Like, I'm
blah,
like,
blah, blah,
they're
blah.
gonna live in my bachelor apartment with me.
Yes.
And I'm like,
That's
he's
easy
gonna
to
take
say.
care of
I
them.
have a husband who's
No,
got a house
never
and
mind. If this
all
is
of
her
it
biggest
covered.
dream, she will find the way.
Yeah, you will.
If
find
this
one.
is her biggest dream,
I agree.
if this is your
But that's
biggest
the scary
dream,
thing.
and
It's a
this
different
is,
situation.
I know it
Yeah.
is, but if this is her biggest dream,
I
let
was,
her dream.
okay, I was living in a basement bachelor apartment when I got pregnant with Max.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
they
was.
start babies
On Oriole
very
Road
small.
at
They start them very small.
Avenue Road in St. Clair in a basement apartment on 40 Oriole Road.
Oh,
I was just telling
hey.
Max when we were driving by last week, I thought, you were conceived in a house down there, but the house isn't there. It's not there anymore. There's a new house. He goes, oh, cool, nice neighborhood, right? But when I first moved from St. Catharines to Toronto, I was living in a basement bachelor apartment. It's like then I rented another place, and life just figures itself out.
Life figures itself out. You know, I just made a film. I've been wanting to make this film. It's a really cute film, and we got the rough assembly for it. It's fucking funny. It's funny.
cannot wait to
It's
see it.
funny. I had for my husband, God bless him, he makes mountains of money, and he said to me a few years ago, I love you, but you don't want me to be your patron. Because if I'm your patron, then I'm going to patronize you. I'm going to want to run your business because I don't think you run your business well. So I'm not. So
But
how
stay
about
out of it.
So I'm going
You
to stay
create.
out.
Mhm.
You want to make art? Be my guest, but you have to raise the money. I wanted to make this movie, and I had like $968 in the bank, and I thought, oh, I can't do it. And I thought, okay, what do I have? Instead of thinking like what I don't have, what do I have?
Yeah. How can I raise
Well,
the
I
funds?
had a blog for many years, and it was a very popular. And I'll make it into a book. And you know what else I'll do?
The most adorable
I'll
book.
stuff the pages like an adult Kinder Egg, and I'll put surprises in the pages.
Best.
I have just this week, I've sold my 480th copy of my book since October 2nd.
That's so
Really?
awesome.
Since October
Really?
2nd, I have sold 480 copies.
Did I buy 3? Because you know what? I opened mine and 2 more probably in my. I forgot all about them.
Really?
Wrapped up in my office, and I'll give one.
Okay, yes. Thank
Let me see if I
you.
can find one.
Yeah.
Great. book.
480 copies times $20 a copy. I had money for my film. So and I don't mean to preach at you, and I really hope you don't think I am.
No.
I just see your face light up when we even talk about it being.
it seems too big to hope and dream for something like that. It just doesn't seem like it's achievable right now.
Dreaming is free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How did you wrap them up? I can't remember.
I forget how I did them all differently. I don't know how I did yours, Liz.
I'm gonna see. Okay, I'll see if I can find it. I can see it offhand.
But yeah, you know,
I'm coming back to the pumpkin seed chocolate. I can't see it. It's like, damn, that's good. Oh my God, woman. See?
but that's what
really
I'm
a lovely little
saying. From no way and no how.
Creating enough money to make your own film.
I made my own film. And Sandy Evans gave me some money. This woman.
Oh, she's awesome.
She gave me some money. And acting is a very competitive business. One of the actors in my film raised money so she could be in my film.
Oh, wow.
So I've got 3 of us who have invested in this film. From nothing and no way.
It creates itself.
It creates itself.
You can create it.
Yeah.
By focusing on it and just wishing it.
But that's
Not
also
worrying about it, but wishing
my
it.
issue.
You believe
So
it.
having that definitive purpose and idea,
Yes.
that's what I lack.
So what?
Get journaling.
I have started journaling now.
but-
I am getting constant at it. It's not great yet, but I'm
Journal, it'll
consistent
come.
at it. But
Since I met you about an hour ago, I don't know you well, and I could be wrong, but it seems that you want a baby.
Just someone to love. And I think
But
first
that-
I always
is
thought I
your-
would be a
that is
good
your-
mother.
okay,
I think
like
like
you
you
would
the Jan
be.
Arden song, like that one breaks my heart. 'Cause it's like
Good mother. Yes. Yeah.
and your heart. Yeah, I love.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. But let your heart think of that, because I think that is part of the healing. Like, we're given dreams for a reason,
wishes, for sure.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
I think I love this chocolate.
It's very good.
It's ridiculous.
That is Gregory Porter chocolate.
Mm.
I played him while I made it.
Reporter? What?
Gregory Porter? You know Gregory?
Oh, the music.
I've
Oh,
seen it
so
every
I'm
time
in
he's
person.
come to
Me too, me
Toronto.
too, me
Except
too.
the very first time, and we bought tickets for the very first time he came when he was at Harbourfront.
Yeah.
I
didn't
didn't
see
go because my goddaughter had her graduation, so my sister took my other sister, and she said it was the best time because it was such a
Oh
small
my God.
venue. He wasn't known yet. She was like, he's this far away from you. I love. He's
Think
just
of
amazing.
velvet. Think of the
Oh.
fabric of velvet. That's his voice. It's like it's like he's pouring velvet all over. He's so beautiful.
He is amazing. Yeah.
He's got a beautiful voice, and I love the choices of music he makes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love Gregory Porter.
And he's opening up. You can see as he's gone over the years how he's sort of open. When he first started, he was very like stick to the. This is what.
Yeah.
Now he's sort of relaxing, a little bit more banter with the audience. You see how he's
Yeah.
growing and changing.
So good.
Yeah.
because he was probably nervous as anything starting out too, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay, let's wrap up our discussion for the filming part.
Okay.
A toast to
Yes.
health
To
and
health.
friendship and life and manifesting what you want, because it's all good. Our Dean
Yes.
doesn't drink, so we're drinking wine.
Yay!
Cheers, you gotta drink.
Cheers.
Cheers, you gotta drink it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love you
Cheers.
guys. Love you.
I love you too.
Mm.
And I really love this pumpkin chocolate. Cheers, everyone. Be good to yourselves.
Yeah.
And get your checkups, okay? Okay.
Get your check.